The root of cramps, or the reason why cramps occur, is a problem of low energy and low oxygen in the body. I'm going to tell you why this happens, and I'm going to share a 3-step plan to solve this problem at its root once and for all. This solution I'm going to share with you is powerful because it doesn't just treat the symptom. It goes to the cause, to the root of the problem, and solves it, which is a cramp. It's an involuntary and painful muscle contraction, sometimes very painful, but behind that contraction there's a key message from the body. It's getting little oxygen and its battery is running low. Let's think of the body as an electrical system, and the muscles are the motor that needs electric current that needs to flow constantly in order to function properly. When there's low voltage or low electrical conductivity, the muscles don't have enough energy to relax after a contraction. So it's like they get stuck together, and that's what makes it painful. This low electrical conductivity is directly related to the lack of oxygen in the muscle cells. But the good news is that we can recharge these energy batteries and increase oxygen with a few simple steps, which I'll share with you very soon. Besides that low conductivity, another very common reason is stress. A very stressful day, a moment of anxiety, or even foods that stress the body like sugar, flour, or caffeine. Eating a lot can cause cramps because the body gets stressed. Stress triggers our sympathetic nervous system, the one that prepares us to fight or flee. This excited nervous system causes the muscles to tense up and stay in a constant state of alert, draining their energy and causing those involuntary contractions. The nervous system and the muscles are connected, and what affects one affects the other, and vice versa. Here I'm sharing with you the tools that will help fix this problem. The light changes a lot for me, sorry, but the sun comes out and I can see it. The light keeps changing a lot. So, how do we fix it? Step 1. Take magnesium, magnesium citrate, magnesium chloride, magnesium threonate, magnesium glycinate, magnesium malate. The only one you shouldn't take or should avoid is magnesium oxide because it isn't absorbed by the body, and it won't work for this purpose. If you take too much magnesium, since it relaxes the muscles, what happens is that it will give you diarrhea. So, what you need to do is take it in the right dose. Start with a small dose and adjust as needed. Now I'll tell you how it's done. It's important to combine magnesium with potassium. That's why one of the tips I always give when we're going to incorporate magnesium into our lives is to consume more natural potassium. For example, a great source of potassium is avocado, because for magnesium to work its magic, it needs to work combined with potassium. That's why it's important that we always eat foods that contain potassium. Step 3. Grounding. When you start getting stressed, stress is like an electric current, it's tension. All of that stays in our body. And since we usually wear sneakers and the floors are often made of plastic or some other material, we fail to connect with the ground, don't discharge properly, and neglect spending time in the garden. Even if it seems unbelievable, we need to remember this today. And we need to take off our shoes and put our feet on the ground or on the grass and make that connection to the earth. And all that charge, that overdose of energy, that overdose of electrical charge or tension will go into the earth. It's simple. We take off our shoes, sit on the ground, put our feet on the earth, and leave them there. 15 or 20 minutes, we relax. That's enough to get a good discharge. You're going to discharge, you're going to increase your vital energy, and you're going to calm your nervous system. I'll tell you how to find the right dose of magnesium. As I mentioned, we can use magnesium chloride or citrate. In my case, I use magnesium citrate, which is one of the forms of magnesium that is best absorbed. And generally, it works really well. Personally, I find it loosens things much less than magnesium chloride, which is great for constipation because it typically loosens things a lot. If we're going to take magnesium citrate, we'll start, for example, with 0.5 gram or just a tiny tip of a teaspoon, just a little bit. If we can measure it better, that way we already have an idea of what we're taking. So if we start with half a gram, which is like a tip of a teaspoon, we put it in a little bit of water, dissolve it, and start taking it. We do that for 2 or 3 days, then we increase to 1 gram or a teaspoon, half a teaspoon, a little more. I mean, we always increase little by little. And we stay like that for 3 days, then we add 1.5 teaspoons, 2 teaspoons, 2.5 teaspoons. And when we get diarrhea, when we get that little bit, it's a diarrhea that cleans the intestine. Don't be scared, it's nothing bad. On the contrary, it cleans the intestine. But that diarrhea shows our doses from the day before. If we increase to 2.5 teaspoons on the day of diarrhea, it means the one from the previous day, 2 teaspoons is our dose. That's the way. The great Frank Suarez taught us this, and I think it's one of the best ways to find our ideal dose. And that dose can be adjusted, but generally you'll take that amount for quite some time. And that will bring you relief. Not only will it help with cramps, it will also relieve joint pain, help you sleep better, relax your nervous system, and start changing your life. Because magnesium is an essential mineral that performs a lot of functions in our body and is super important. And generally, the vast majority of us are deficient in magnesium. Well, this is how you find the right dose. What did you think about this video on cramps and magnesium? I would really like you to let me know in the comments. And, as I was saying, since flours and sugars are stressful foods, if you want to know how to end that addiction to flour, which doesn't allow us to stop eating these foods that are very harmful to our health, especially when consumed in excess. If you would like to put an end to that addiction to flour, to carbohydrates in general, in 48 hours, in just 2 days, I'll leave my video here so you can see all this wonderful information. You just have to click and you'll go straight to the video. Of course, if you liked this video, I invite you to give us a thumbs up. Comment on this video, share it with anyone who may find it helpful, and subscribe to the channel. Kisses and see you next time. Bye.